Let's start the show. On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have left California.
This bronsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Hello, how you doing? Welcome to another fun-filled, exciting 2-hour extravaganza, or sports extravaganza, as Snowman would say. Snowman in the morning with Cole Johnson. I am one half of that tandem. Read the name, Cole Johnson. Yes, the other half will join momentarily. We'll also be joined later on the hour number 2 by Jay Spivey of Spivey Notes, and we will be joined later on in this hour by the Playmaker. Now, it is time for you to do the whip around Snowman style. Football game. We'll talk about the game more in this next segment. But Seahawks safety Jamal Adams, he leaves with a concussion for the first time in the year. Who cares? It is out as the Los Angeles Angels manager as the playoff drought continues. Good riddance. It was former Northwestern head coach Pat Fitzgerald there at the Iowa-Michigan State game. He needs to go. Roast him. Tre'Davious White. It's unfortunate that he ends his year with an injury, one that I think, if I'm not mistaken, Micah Hyde suffered the year before, and now it's happening to the other cornerback. That's unfortunate, and prayers with you, my man. Williamson, he's taking a serious no smiles approach as Pelicans camp ramps up. You fat, juicy, greasy mother. And that concludes today's headline. That concludes today's whip around. The Fanatics Feedback Zone we go. Danny Fuller, what is up, my man? He says, good morning, gentlemen, and the rest. They will be joining me momentarily. Victor Lock, VLock83. I'm sorry, I'm doing this all wrong. Mr. VLock83, Victor Lock, or he says, ladies and gentlemen, the genius behind Cole Sports, Cole Johnson. Well, thank you, Ed McMahon of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. A Pizzle, what's up, brother? Cole Sports with the Z. Glad to see you, man. And check out their program, their next installment of 4 Horsemen of Pick'ems. That will come tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Yes, good show. All 4 good people. Ryan McCarthy of No Credentials Required fame. He says, good day, Snow Crew. Today's a great day to not pull a fire alarm. We won't talk about that on this show. We probably will talk about that on Mentality. And speaking of Mentality, we'll be right back. And when we do, we will break down the Seahawks destroying the Giants further. After this.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys.
Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the 4 Horsemen of Pick'ems. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I am Cole Johnson. The other half will join me probably sometime in the second hour. And someone who's joining me right now has arrived.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic black. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
The Playmaker is here. Welcome, Playmaker.
Hello.
You're taking the posture of someone who is depressed.
Oh, y'all can't see me. Well, that's how the Giants looked last night.
Well,
nobody saw the Giants last night.
Yeah, well, we see a mic and a pop guard, but yes, well, that's true. No one saw the Giants last night as well. Well, I take that back. Many Seahawks defenders saw the Giants last night as the Giants fell to the Seahawks 24-3 in last night's Monday Night Football game. The score wasn't even as close as the game. 21 points, and even that margin is too narrow. Well, Geno Smith, wonderful performance, though. 13 of 20, 110 yards, a touchdown. That's great.
Has anybody seen Daniel Jones?
Kenneth Walker, 17 carries, 79 yards, a touchdown. That was good. That was good. The team overall ran for 121 yards. That's beautiful. We even had a Drew Lock sighting.
We are looking for the $160 million quarterback named Daniel Jones. Has anybody seen him?
On the Giants side, Matt Breida co-led the receptions portion with 5. He actually led with the most yards, 48. And Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver that actually has 5 receptions. 5 receptions of himself, 40 yards. Everything was good. Oh, you were mentioning Daniel Jones. He did run 10 times for 66 yards.
Why we looking for Daniel Jones? Will the real Daniel Jones please stand up?
Well, he can't stand up because he was tackled to the ground 10 times. Yes. Daniel Jones, 27 of 34, 203 yards. You would think on the surface, okay, that's not bad. Okay, he took care of the ball. Well, no, he didn't, because he threw 2 interceptions. One was a pick 6. But oh my goodness. Bobby Wagner with 2 sacks. Jordan Brooks with 2 sacks. Devon Witherspoon with 2 sacks. And Uchenna Nwasu with 2 sacks. 4 Seahawks defenders with 2 sacks in the game. And after the pick 6, we saw the head coach of the Giants, Brian Daboll, give Mr. Jones the business. 10 sacks.
That's not with the S. That's with the Z, people. Business.
10 sacks. What? And I thought the Bears.
You get a sack. You get a sack. You get a sack. Everybody gets a sack.
And I thought the Bears and the Panthers had 5 300-pound mannequins serving as turnstiles. This bunch is horrendous. 10 sacks last night.
Are you trying to get me to throw up 5 minutes into me being on here?
I mean, look, 10 sacks last night. They allowed 7 to the Cowboys 4 weeks ago. I'm like, where is the chutzpah of this line?
I can hear Stephen A right now. Told y'all, Saquon Barkley in a bag of chips. Saquon Barkley don't say nothing but a bag of chips. And that's exactly what they look like, a bag of chips, because everybody eating on the Giants.
Well, yeah, that's true. Danny, and he's fast becoming a great member of the show. He says, look, Giants should have pulled the fire alarm. Pathetic. And that's a reference to Ryan McCarthy's comment a little earlier.
Yeah, I know. He beat me to it because I wasn't on the show yet.
Mm-hmm. And Danny says exactly in facts. He also says that Daniel Jones was under the Seattle defense. That is correct. He could use a healthy offensive line because it is terrible. I agree. 8 times under 2.4 seconds in terms of how much time he had for when the ball was snapped until when he got put to the turf. A Pizzle says 11. Well, he actually got credit for 10. So, I should say the Seahawks got credited for 10. But still, 10 sacks. The Seahawks defense, they basically can have bonuses because of this game. It did we witness last night a Seahawks defensive drill? But it was painted as a regulation football game. I'm like, Lord have mercy. What's this? What's this? We'll meet you at the QB drill. I don't understand this.
Party to the quarterback. Party to the quarterback. Party to the quarterback. Oh. And we get a pick 6. Hey,
Oh my goodness. It was like the Seahawks offense was like, yeah, we'll take the day off. Defense is doing everything for us. Heck, they even scoring. Heck, the defense scored more points than we needed anyway.
The defense was partying in MetLife.
Oh man. And congratulations to you, Devon Witherspoon. 97-yard pick 6. It just
that
was.
Be the easiest pick 6 you will ever get in your NFL career.
I really do believe that too. I'm still at a loss for words. Yes, seriously.
Do it right to him. Thank you.
Danny says, "Ouch, D scores more." Yes. The pick 6 that the Seahawks mustered was more points than the Giants mustered last night. The defense outscored the Giants. That's how bad the Giants are. Yes.
We need to get the New York. We need to get to the New York football team off of prime time. This just not working for whatever reason. It's not working.
We need to get, and I'm sorry, Mr. McCarthy. We need to get the New York football teams off of prime time. Let the Jets and Giants lick their wounds and heal. And then Bears fan extraordinaire and the guy who joins us at the bottom of Friday's menu here, Chris Bass, the man who is in charge of Baseline and CBI interviews. He says, "Good morning, gentlemen. Daniel Jones? God have mercy." Yes, 100% agree with you, bro. I mean, Daniel Jones literally looked like roadkill on that turf.
I mean, this man opened the season on Sunday Night Football and got beat 40-0.
And he was put down to the turf 7 times in that game.
And then, was he on a Thursday night game already too?
Yes. In fact, the previous game they played was on a Thursday. Yes.
This man's been on. So 3 out of the 4 games, Giants been on.
Yes. They've been on Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday night. The only game that was not on any of those would be, of course, their game that they won
against the Cardinals, and they came back and won that one.
Yes, and they spotted them a 21-point lead before they came back and won it. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we don't.
Guess what probably will be on prime time? Jets get the Giants in Week 8. Can't wait to feast on that offensive line.
That game better not be on prime time because all hell's going to break loose. That game's in prime time.
Danny says, "Did you gentlemen see some of the Giants' facial expressions? And it took a big comeback versus AZ." Yeah, I saw some of those expressions. None to me compared to when I looked at Manningcast. The expressions on Eli's face. They came transpired. Oh man, it was as if he challenged himself being on that team again, and he was shell shocked. He was absolutely shell shocked.
Oh my gosh!
And yes, Epistle. And yes, Epistle. The Dolphins get the Giants next week.
No.
So they get to heal up quite nicely from the 48-20 butt whooping that they took in Buffalo. So NFL. You get to destroy that Pop Warner squad that has lined up in front of you next on Sunday.
NFL.
Go ahead, Blippi.
Y'all better change that Sunday night game in Week 8. I don't give a crap who it is.
That's what I'm saying.
That Sunday night game should. Oh my gosh,
that's right. So we'll see the both of them.
No, they on that Sunday night. It's actually worse.
We'll see the both of them on one night.
No, they are not. They not the Sunday night game. Okay.
Oh Lord.
They
Well,
put
ain't
Justin
gonna
Fields. They got Justin Fields slated on Sunday night.
But you know what's so messed up? They might flex this ridiculousness to Sunday night. That's what I'm saying. I hope they don't.
They bet not. You can put the 49ers and Bengals on Sunday night for all I care.
Ryan says, look, that game is not on prime time. It's a 1 p.m. game, but next prime time game for the Jets will be versus the Chargers, Monday Night Football, Week 9.
The following week.
Oh Lord.
And I bet that'll be the game the Jets win because of let me shut up.
Oh yeah, because of Brandon Staley and his analytical behind. Yeah. VLock83 says we now have the broadcast and witness protection program's residential super hacker, code name the Playmaker. And then he's like, yes, use that flex schedule. Look, I was surprised they didn't. I'm surprised because they had a chance to actually switch out the Chiefs Jets game because they could do at least one or two within the first 5 weeks. They allowed that go. They allowed that to go.
They don't start doing that to like this week now. So this week forward, they will start flexing.
No. Starting this year, they said that they would. They had the ability to flex one of those games between weeks 2 and 5 at their discretion, but they decided not to. So I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, I know they ain't flexing this week.
No. Cowboys 49ers, they ain't touching that. Ryan says, and then it's the Jets Raiders on Sunday night. Victor says, I'm not really looking forward to Santa Clara next week. But your friend is. I will say it the way Playmaker will say it. It's them D Cowboys versus that doggone team from Northern California.
Yep. Yep. And what make it so worse that I'm in fantasy football, I got a lot of players from one team that will be in that game.
Oh. So you picked a lot of Cowboys on that. Oh, that's nice. That's great.
You know, damn, I ain't pick no damn Cowboys.
Oh my goodness. Well, we hope you heal up, Giants. It was a horrible game for you, and it was like a revisit from week 1.
How they gonna heal up? They're a bigger bag of chips.
And the bag of chips will be playing the Dolphins next. So
and it's in Miami.
So they'll go from being battered and bruised against the Seahawks to probably being run out of Hard Rock Stadium in 6 days' time.
And you don't think Miami pissed off at what happened to them this weekend?
I would not be surprised if we see them attempt when they won't get 70. But I wouldn't be surprised if they try to hang a 50 burger on them. Just so they can get that nasty taste out of their mouths.
Stephon Diggs had them looking stupid.
Yeah. And I've been telling fools, you all are saying that Miami's great, and yeah, they are. But I'm like, that defense is not there yet. It's like the to me, it's like the it's like it's the opposite of the Cowboys to me. The Cowboys defense is Super Bowl caliber, that offense is not. To me, the Dolphins offense is getting close to Super Bowl caliber, but that defense is not. They're not there yet. They're not ready yet.
Y'all couldn't tackle a 8-yard hitch.
Forget that. You allowed 200 yards on the ground to a Brandon Staley. We'll be right back after this, and we will talk about the upcoming Major League Baseball Wild Card round games. Goodness gracious. Allow 200 yards on the ground to the doggone Chargers.
Cole's about to go back to being...
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, and other podcast outlets. The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Cause we take this job so serious.
Y'all know what? Hey, cool. You know how much I hate this guy with a passion.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. And you'll get to see Cool and Coach as they always appear on the second hour of every Thursday on Snowman in the Morning. But this is the first and second hour of Tuesday.
Daniel
the
Jones.
First hour right now. And we're joined by the Playmaker who just said that Daniel Jones is trash. I'm sorry, I'm doing this wrong. Daniel Joe. Danny Penna. Trace. And before we continue on with the programming to the Fanatics Feedback Zone, we go back to V Lock A3, who is, of course, a hardcore Dallas Cowboys fan. He says, I'm really not looking forward to Santa Clara next week.
River.
And, of course, referring to Snowman, says, I'm sure he is. He went on to say that Snowman already told him that Dallas is going to get obliterated next week. I'm like, tell me something I don't know. Well, I will tell you something that you all do know. Snowman really thought the Cowboys was going to look ahead to the 49ers and bypass the Patriots after they embarrassed themselves the week before.
Can I get a praise dance for that? Just the simple fact they beat the brakes off Bill Belichick.
Oh, sure.
To this day, it makes me feel so good.
Oh, Lord. And you're not a Jets, Bills, or Dolphins fan. Why are you so adamant about wanting to see? He's beaten your team twice in Super Bowls. I'm so sorry, Playmaker.
Hey, it feels good. Feels good. Bill Belichick got that whoop by some Cowboys.
A Pistol 90, who was a
They got
hardcore.
beat. They got beat so bad. Rodney Harrison tried to take cheap shots at a quarterback instead of doing his job.
Rodney Harrison, why are you trying to bait players into wanting to talk ill about somebody? Anyway, A Pistol, who's a hardcore Dolphins fan, he says, look, that Dolphins defense needs to set in. And I think if they do that, your Dolphins, my man, they're going to travel very far this year because that offense, whoa. And that was a 4-70 they hung on the Broncos. Goodness gracious.
They smelling blood coming Sunday because they playing the bag of chips.
Yeah, well, they're playing the bag of chips in their home place. Yeah, they're going to be feasted on that. Programming note for no credentials acquired. The not Victory Monday, which normally would be Victory Monday if the Jets would win, because McCarthy is a Jets fan. It will be not Victory Monday would be live tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. No regular show this week because his cohort, Mr. Henry, is on vacation. All right. VLock83 says Justin Fields, Windy City Trash. Wow.
Brian Urlacher rolling over in his living room right now.
That's cold. That's cold, Victor. Why would you say that about your own? Well, I understand because I've said that
Matt
about
Forte rolling over in his living room right now.
Danny says Daniel Jones, Disneyland disrespect to the name Danny or Daniel. Good one. VLock83 says Bill looked like a freshly kicked puppy after Sunday. No, he looked like a freshly kicked puppy during the game on Sunday because he had no clue what to do because both his offense and defense looked absolutely well.
Hey,
the
Bill,
defense actually looked okay. That offense looked atrocious.
Bill, you've been without Brady for how long? And I don't think you only made the playoffs one time.
Yeah, and that one time he made it.
And you got whooped by the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Josh Allen threw for less completions and touchdowns against them. Similar to what he did against Dolphins Sunday, but yeah, he threw for less completions than touchdowns. Ryan says, Brother Guest is doing a praise dance over the demise of the Patriots. He's down. No, wait, he's back up again. Now, I could see that coming from him. It's hard for me to fathom.
You just figured it out. What you mean? You just said it not that long ago.
But see, you could just simply say, well, I'll just let that go. It sucks.
And one of them we got cheated out of, too. So.
I'll be like, it sucks we took the L, but you know what? So be it. Like how I feel being my Astros. I say the same thing about the Braves. I'm like, dang, man, we took it on the chin of the Braves. But you know what?
We didn't cheat y'all out of it. We didn't cheat y'all out of one, though. That's the point.
No,
you ain't hear no reports of the Braves.
The Braves won it fair and square. Yeah. But I'm like, oh, that sucks. Same thing with the Nationals 2 years before. I'm like, oh man, it sucks. But I just drop it. I'm like, oh, we'll get it the next time.
Victor that's the only time my team faced each other in the World Series. I did that man
true.
Twice.
That's
Twice.
True. That's true. Yeah, and you're 0-2 against Billy, the hoodie. Yeah, I know.
Not to mention the London game when they beat the brakes off us.
Mm-hmm.
That was just horrific.
Yes. V-Like-A3 says, bad thing is I'm used to it. Talking about his tete and his teasing of Brian Snow being all about the 49ers getting all on the Cowboys. I'm used to taking the hatred of non-Cowboys fans because the moronic Republic of Cowboys Nation won't shut up. And I'm so sorry, sir. Them jokers was talking mad noise Sunday night. Oh gosh, they were talking mad. It was almost as bad as it was 3 weeks before when they saw the 40-0 butt whooping to the Giants. I'm like, goodness gracious.
Just to get beat by the Cardinals.
2 weeks later. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Really? We going all the way. Yeah, you going all the way to the couch in January. That's where you're going all the way to. A Pizzle 90.
You should enjoy this. I'm giving you praise dances, compliments. You're not gonna get this for the rest of the year.
A Pizzle, who is a Braves fan. He says Braves versus Orioles in the World Series. I don't think the Orioles are ready yet.
I'm halfway with you. But
I don't think the Orioles are ready yet.
I'm gonna make Cole out. There's something about that damn team down in Texas.
Yeah, there's something about that team.
This won't go away.
Yeah, there's something about them. That's right.
It just won't go away. And we're not talking about the Rangers.
I'm gonna do you like Diddy. That's right. The Orioles. This is. I'm taking my total fandom away. The Orioles aren't ready yet. They need to. They need to
win over 100 games. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a great feat.
The monster is in the playoffs.
I don't think they're seasoned enough in the playoffs yet. They get a little seasoning, then I could probably back the Orioles being a World Series contender. But I would actually pick the Rays before I pick the Orioles, because some of them have been to the dance before. But the Braves, it is all about October, no question about that for them. And I think they have enough to where they can make it.
The problem is,
I don't think it's a slam dunk just yet for them.
The problem is we're either going to get the Marlins or the Phillies.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a slam dunk for them, because
so
it might be.
So either way, we're getting a rival.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's all for them, for the Braves. It's all about matchups. The styles make fights type of thing. It's all about that. And I think if the Braves get the right opponents, they can make it to the World Series. I don't want them to see the Phillies, though. I really don't.
They're just losing it today.
Oh, I know. I love it. Be like A3 says, oh, I know. They're still hollering about the Super Bowl.
Victor's losing it today. It's only Tuesday.
Thank you, Danny. Because I actually see the Rays going to World Series before I see the Orioles this year. I just do. Feel like A3 says, I'm not going to get compliments starting next week. If I see Stephen A. Smith on my screen, I'm going to punch something, but it won't be my TV because I'm not destroying my property over him. Good. You're a smart man.
He's losing it already. It's only Tuesday.
You're a smart man.
He's already preparing for next week.
You are a smart man. Don't destroy your stuff. All right, so we're on the cusp of the playoffs in Major League Baseball, and the wild card round is here. And for those who are unaware of how this goes, it's a 2 out of 3 format, but all 3 games, if it goes 3 games, will be played on higher seeds home diamond. So,
It's basically a series, like a regular series.
It basically is like a regular season 3-game series, but if one team gets 2, they won't play game 3. That basically is how it is. But which team, since you are a Braves fan, would you like to see play them coming out of the wild card?
Do I need to give you the cliche answer?
Oh, I mean, you can say Phillies because you want them to have vengeance, but I mean,
I don't want none of them. Damn it! I don't want to part none of them damn teams, especially them damn Dodgers.
But for some reason, I think the Braves match up pretty well against them. But you won't see the Dodgers. But the closest. But you won't see the Dodgers till the NLCS anyway. But still.
And that's a problem in itself, the fact that that's even possible.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Between them 2 teams, them the 2 teams that keep beating us. When we finally got over the Dodgers, what happened?
We ran to the Phillies. Yeah, went to the World Series and won it. Right.
And then the following year, we ran into the Phillies. And what happened?
In NLDS, you took it on the chin. Yeah. So the game setup is this way. The Rangers will travel to St. Pete. They'll play the Rays. First pitch is at 3:10, all times Eastern. ABC will carry that. The Twins will host the Blue Jays. First pitch there is at 4:38. The Brewers will host the Diamondbacks. First pitch there is at 7:08, and then at 8:08, first pitch will be in Philly between the Phillies and the Marlins.
So pretty much kind of go ahead and pencil in the Dodgers to get to the series championship because
NLCS.
Yeah,
because you think they can handle the Brewers and the Diamondbacks. Is that what you're saying?
With ease.
So either one that comes out, you think the Dodgers will just feast on them? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Braves, on the other hand, we got our hands cut out for us. Either way, we facing a rival. So it ain't like we throw anything new at them.
Getting to see the Diamondbacks this past weekend, because the Astros were in Phoenix, it almost looked as though they were running out of gas. It just had that feeling, the way they played. And they have the spark, but it just seemed like they just had no juice anymore. And the Brewers looked like they started off hot, then they sort of ran on fumes for much of the summer, and then they started to rev it back up in August. So of the two, I think the Dodgers should be rooting for the Diamondbacks because I think they'll have an easier time with them. Because with the Brewers, if you have enough arms, that can still get you somewhere. So, but the Phillies Marlins,
It don't even matter. Either
you got
we playing a division rival.
You got two scrappy teams.
Ain't nothing new can be thrown at each other.
You got two scrappy teams. One plays traditional nationally baseball, and then you have the Phillies who have just the lumber. And if all the lumber is turned on, they are hard to stop. And look, the Astros were down 2-1 in the World Series last year to them, so we got a taste of it. So it's understandable. So Game 1 is tonight or today. Game 2 tomorrow, obviously.
All four wild card games is today.
Yes. All 4 wild card games today. All 4 wild card games will be tomorrow. And then, if possible, any of those 4 will be also on Thursday. But the divisional round, the AL and NLDS, begins on Saturday. And so it breaks down this way. The Braves will get the Phillies Marlins winner. The Dodgers will get the Brewers Diamondbacks winner. The Orioles will get the Rays Rangers winner, which I'm happy to see that. And the Orioles will get the Twins Blue Jays winner because to me, the Astros do not match up well. They match up great with the Rangers, but they match up terribly against the Rays.
Why they couldn't do
terribly?
They should do
terribly
like the during NFL
football. Yeah, higher seed plays the number 2 seed, and the lower seed plays the number 1 seed. And I'm surprised they don't do that here, because that was man. If the Rays advanced, but the Twins did too, and that's how it went. Oh man, I would hate that. Or if the Blue Jays advanced. Oh, I would hate that. If it was that way, I would hate that.
Like
because I would not want the Astros to play the Rays. That's the one team I really don't want them to play.
I mean, if the Phillies would win, that means they get the Dodgers, and we get whoever else.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! Yeah. Yeah. If it was that way, oh man. But I'm glad it's set up like this.
I know I said I was gonna go after a coach, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to go after that coach because NBA Media Day took place yesterday. And what me and Coach said was going to happen actually took place yesterday.
Are you referring to Drew Holiday being traded to the Celtics?
No.
Or you?
No. I think he just want to go to break because NBA Media Day. I knew it. I just knew it.
A Pizzle, Braves fan again. He says he would rather see the Marlins. Yeah, I get that. V like A3 says, I know what the 49ers are, and I know what the Cowboys are not, Playmaker. Danny, he says, I like the playoffs format. He feels it's going to be the Dodgers and Brewers and Phils and Braves in the NLDS. And Danny is a Braves fan himself as well. Yes. I'm be headed to break in a sec. Ryan McCarthy says, surprise Playmaker hasn't put the Florida Gators on the grill. I mean, the hot seat.
It's October, so I already know it's coming down the pipe. So, yeah. Ain't no point. It'll be a waste of a hot seat.
But I'll put it this way. The Florida Gators, national championship contenders?
Bitch, please.
Where did that even come from?
And we...
Whoever said Florida's a national championship contender? Where did that even come from?
We'll reset the slate. Hour 2 will begin right after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you talk, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
He was only 58 years old when he passed away. That outcome could have been different.
Colorado happens to be one of the worst states for radon levels.
It's in our ground, and it seeps up.
The more you breathe radon, the more chance you have of DNA being hit and the cell mutated. The EPA estimates 22,000 lung cancer deaths a year caused by radon.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the Playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. You were inside hour number 2. On a Tuesday morning, I am joined by the Playmaker, the hardest working content creator I know, maybe for the exception of Cool McCain, but that is up for your debate. Now, you had the audacity. I have a slate ready, and I was actually going to veer to college football, but you want to do this.
I'm sorry.
Now, I already mentioned Zion Williamson.
I don't care about Zion Williamson. I don't care how swole he is. It wasn't the point of him getting swole. It was the point of him getting healthy. It's a difference.
Well, for him, he thinks it's both. But go ahead, sir. NBA Pro Day, which I'm about to get ill.
Yep, you are. Because that one person that you already know, he emphatically says he's going to be on Team USA.
We will talk about him and his obsessive clown fan base tomorrow in hour number 2. But go ahead, sir.
The guy down in Phoenix, he emphatically says he's going to be representing Team USA.
Stop the cap.
The baby assassin himself said, as long as I'm not injured and everything goes right, he's going to play for Team USA.
A-Piss also says Gators national championship contenders. Along with that statement there, along with you too, sir.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
These guys are at the ages of 34 and up.
Oh, I got more. The other guy in LA, that doesn't wear purple and gold. He talking about playing for Team USA.
So basically, what you're saying to me, which I already knew, this is something that I have clowned many Today NBA fan on ever since the end of the FIBA tournament in the Philippines. We are now seeing the old and the decrepit all wanting to be a part of Team USA as they get their walkers, their stretchers, their wheelchairs, and their braces to limp, to gallop, and to creep all the way to Paris. And we're gonna be hearing this again we've heard it a little bit already this past month. We're gonna be hearing even more of this for the next 9.
They out here. Yep, I'm playing for. I'm like, oh, here we go. See, y'all don't mess up. See, and you know the crazy thing about it, Cole, the fact that Team USA came in 4th, they end up getting the number 1 ranking back. So now you got the number 1 ranking back, and you got all the old guys pissed off because the word was coming out to Team USA.
Wait. So it took the old and the decrepit to announce that they want to play next year in Paris for their rankings to be number 1 overall. Lord have mercy.
They regained they came in 4th and regained the number 1 slot.
Now.
And then everybody talk bad about Team USA. Now we got him in LA. Now we got Kawhi Leonard. Now we got Steph Curry. Now we got Kevin Durant. Anthony Davis talking about being on the team. You got the tandem in Boston with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown trying to be on the team. Damian Lillard expressed being on. I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all see, this is what y'all did.
Now who's surprised about this?
They literally trying to be out here. They literally trying to assemble the Avengers and try to beat people by 80 points a game.
Who ain't sick of this?
Actually, you wrong because you are already sick of it, and I am too.
No, I said who isn't.
Oh, who is? Okay. Look at Ryan.
Who want this to continue all night long? Nobody, idiots. But the band keeps playing on. Oh no, oh no, oh. Oh. The King and them playing in the Olympics. No. My King and them playing, yeah, in the Olympics. Who's excited about any of these fools wanting to be on Team USA?
The only one I want is Steph Curry because he has never done it yet.
He's never been outside of him because he's never been to the Olympics as a competitor.
Because I know he'll change. That whole atmosphere is going to change. They see Steph Curry in the Olympics.
Yes. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Ryan. So, where the heck were they in September during the FIBA World Cup? Well, they were old, remember? They were old. They figured the young bucks could take it. They can handle things. And
didn't I tell y'all they was waiting for Paris? Did I not see that?
Let me. The old bus is gonna let the youngsters have it. They said, "Look, let the semi-like drinking fools have it," and then if they need some help, the OGs will come and limp to the rescue. Well, the semi-like sippers, they failed. They didn't even medal, and now the OGs about to limp to Paris. But the thing is, all the OGs are limping to Paris. I mean, it's basically gonna be looking like a basketball pimp convention. Goodness gracious. Ryan also says, quote, "We gonna get my King and Steph and Anthony Davis and Howden. Oh Lord, have mercy. What the James Harden?
James Harden's not on that list. He's not on the list. You don't have to worry about it. He's not on the list, Cole. He's not on the list.
Yet.
Yet. But he's not on the list.
And we're gonna be number one. USA. Exactly. Close quote. Exactly. Oh Lord. V Lock 83 says, "I'm about to throw up in the office with this talk about you King. I'm throwing up here, almost about to throw up here on air."
Hey, it happened. NBA media was yesterday, so it's like it's fresh. Even though even though I rather flame a coach right about now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And his ineptitude.
I'm sorry. The NBA, it will premiere in the regular season 3 weeks from today. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay.
Exactly. NBA is fresh. I should have known they was gonna ask about this. I should have known, and I was like, and Sports Center, you know how Sports Center is. Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's playing. We get all the cups together. Here you go. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go.
Ryan McCarthy says, "I made Cole almost cuss. My day is complete. You mentioned James Harden in any vicinity for any reason, and you're right." Danny, he says, "No throwing up. I want to not, but seeing that the greatest players of 2012 I want to assemble and play on the Olympics is making me want to hurl." V-Like 83 says, "I was going to say that Stay Puff Harden is going to make it to He's going to make it to Paris. That's what's going to suck.
Not make it to Paris. He better not make it to Paris. I got enough. We got Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. We got enough guards. Well,
Yeah.
at least he got JT and JB. Okay. He has some youth in there.
they're fine. This isn't addressed to them because this is their time anyway. Those two, Devin Booker, if they want to go there, it's their time anyway. And Anthony Edwards, it's their time. I'm cool with them going. It's the fools that have been in our purview for the last 15 to 20 years.
So anybody from 2002, Cole don't want to see you.
I mean, what does Ryan says Zion Williamson is this generation's Sam Bowie. Changed my mind. I ain't.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt.
I ain't gonna change your mind because I totally agree with you. Feel like A3 says
I'm not even gonna make an attempt.
I ain't either. Feel like A3 says, oh, he's gonna make it. It's not a media darling reunion without Sharman Harden.
I'm just like Team USA at the Ryder Cup. I concede.
I have an answer for that, Victor, but I can tell you right now, man. Anything James Harden and I want to throw up. Yes. Anything
James Harden to you. James Harden to you is what you know who is to Snowman.
Let's see, but the difference is Snowman didn't have
him. Yeah, you had James Harden on your team, so
yes. Yeah, that individual, Yo Kang, was never on any of Snowman's teams. I had to deal with that fool for 8 years, so I saw his drama. And I saw how he single-handedly ruined the team that I root for.
Brian Kelly, you're lucky. You lucky NBA media happened. Because if NBA media didn't happen, you would be getting flamed right now, you big choke.
Well, here's the funny thing. Since Snowman isn't here, and we're going to take a small break, I did have this on the schedule. But since he's not,
oh, my bad, Danny. My bad. I couldn't help it.
Excuse the give me this camera moment. But we won't be hearing or seeing things of this nature. Let's see if I can get this correct. I really hate the Cubs. The Cubs need to go to. They suck. I can't stand any of those North Side mother. And I am actually so glad the Brewers knocked them out the playoffs. Did I just mention that I hate the? Yeah, that's it.
I could say something right now, but it might actually come to fruition. So I think I'm just going to keep that to myself.
So since the Snowman is not here, and we won't be privy to hearing how much he hates the Cubs and how he will curse out people and how he will bag a woman that another guy couldn't snag, we'll take this break, and when we come back, Brian Kelly with your fake Southern accent. Sit down.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pick'ems. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
I fired the first shot because I was tired of him sending these memes about the Cowboys. So I fired the first few shots.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to be able to win this weekend to fire some more shots. And yeah. I am petty. I am upset. We are 0-10 the last 10 games. Something has to change. Something has to change. So, Giants, please listen to me. I'm begging you. Win. I need to end this. I need to be able to respond to Cowboy fans and not with my head bowed down. So, let's go, Giants. I'm starting a new thing. Dallas.
Oh, Lord.
You is a petty man.
What do you mean I am a petty man? I didn't say it. That was wise.
Of course he said it for week 1. It is after week 4 and you still playing it.
Because
the man
funny.
team just played on Monday Night Football.
See, look at that. Danny approves. He says, "Ouch, love the rant." I do too. That's one of the funniest things I've heard.
No, he was talking about you and that darn custom experience that you did.
Oh yeah, that too. Thank you.
He was talking about.
He said, "Oh, Danny also says, Ryder Cup, don't get me going. USA sent the B squad and Crybaby Rory loved it." Yeah,
pretty much what Team USA did in FIBA, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what they did for FIBA. Victor says, "Look, I agree, Cole, and I feel you for having that clown on your Rockets for a while. Yeah, it was horrible, man. And I agree with you. I think he's actually going to make the team too, and it's going to make me vomit." He also says, "Trust me when I say, if you have to spend more than 10 minutes with a Cubs fan, you'll start to act the same exact way." Oh, wow. From a fellow Southsider in Victor Locke. All right, so.
Sorry, Wise, but I don't think Cole's going to let that go. But it's the simple fact. I think the reason why Cole keeps playing because you say you fired the first shot.
Well, that's one of the reasons. The other is, of course, the two words at the end that he said, because that could be just about any of us, well, except for, of course, Mr. Locke, and a few others that we all know. But we were going to talk college football, but I think this is going to be even more entertaining. So, Mr. Brian Kelly, you had all of this bluster. You came with all of this fanfare. You were going to be the savior of LSU because you wanted to get them back to the prominence that they once experienced. But with that 55-49. You and your team took in Oxford, Mississippi against Ole Miss. Of course, following the 45-24 L that you took on a neutral site game against Florida State, Playmaker wants to sit you down. Get that fake Southern drawl accented fool now. Go!
That's the perfect way to start this off. The whole accent thing. Because when you brought your behind down to Baton Rouge, you're trying to sound like you're from the South, but you're not from the South, you know. And then you hit the opening game. Opening your first game as LSU Tiger. It is actually at the Superdome. Down in New Orleans, Louisiana. Pretty much the second home for LSU because every time they played it, pretty much like the New Orleans Saints game. And what did you do? You lose to Florida State by 1. Not only did you lose to them, you lost to them in the exact FSU way. Miss a freaking kick. More importantly, an extra point. Like you are already starting your SEC career on the wrong foot. You don't come to the SEC and you lose to a freaking ACC team. That's not how it goes. But you did it anyway. No, but guess what? Guess what, Cole? He bounced back. He took down Nick Saban, the Crimson Tide. He took the ACC West from Nick Saban. And then you got rolled over in the Georgia Dome by the Georgia Bulldogs. We're coming to this year. We're going to beat the hell out of Florida State this time. We're going to go down to Orlando. We're going to give them a nice butt kicking. And we're going to start the year off right. First half? Okay. I like what I see. But what happened in the second half? You got steamrolled by Florida State in the second half. You went in the halftime up 17-14. And then the final score ended up 45-24. For those of you who are not good at math, LSU scored 7 points in the second half, while FSU scored pretty much 31. Now, fast forward to week 4, when I had to get on Lane Kiffin, because yet again, for some reason, this man loves to open his mouth. During the week, he plays Alabama, which he did again. He opened his freaking mouth and got held to 10 points. 10! Against a Nick Saban team who don't know who to play at quarterback. But your butt, who has like one of the top officers in the league, probably in college football, you get held to 10. So now I'm sitting here, so guess what? Lane Kiffin got his foot stuck in his mouth again by Nick Saban. Now you get LSU. Oh, this should be good. LSU should win this game. They're going to find out I got friends on social media saying, the days when the ACC used to play defense is long gone, because I'm looking at it. So we go from Alabama shutting Lane Kiffin down to 10 to your ass, Brian Kelly, giving up 55. And all of a sudden, your behind get upset again. Now you got 2 losses on the season already. And both games that you lost were big time games. What is up with you and big games? Because every time, matter of fact, I'm going to let Cole have fun with it. Because every time Brian Kelly's in a big game, this is what happens. I don't want to hear it's hard to win in the SEC. I have been watching the SEC since I was little. I know all about the SEC, okay? But if you're going to be the one to bring LSU brought to prominence, they win big games. But your track record says the opposite. You lose the big games. For some reason, you don't know how to win the big ones. I don't know why. When you was coaching Notre Dame, hey, you'll beat up on Florida State. Then you take a L to Clemson. Oh, you'll make it to the national championship game and get ran over by Alabama.
Well, Playmaker. Speaking of Alabama, last year, the LSU did beat Alabama.
I brought that up, and then they got steamrolled by Georgia in the ACC championship.
Oh, and it wasn't pretty neither. I'm sorry. Continue. So.
You're just not cut out to win the big ones, are you? But yeah, I got you coaching in the ACC. This is not good for me. I'm Gator first, ACC second. I got you losing to a coach who keep putting his foot in his mouth when it comes to Nick Saban, but he can beat you. Tell me something wrong with that picture. When the last time Ole Miss won anything of importance? Anybody? When the last time Ole Miss won anything of importance? Oh, that because you haven't done it.
Late 50s?
So now, and guess what? Now you're in a rank versus rank matchup yet again. And you got to go to Missouri, who is surprisingly 5-0. Brian Kelly. I ain't made my pick yet because this is actually on the slate for Brand down the gridiron, surprisingly. And whoever thought on Missouri game would make Brand down the gridiron. But if you lose to Missouri, I can only imagine what Baton Rouge's going to do to you. This is Tiger versus Tiger. And if I know an LSU fan base like I think I do, there's only 1-2 Tiger in that conference. And it's not Auburn, according to them. You got the new Tiger coming up. Oh, Lord. And guess what? You didn't even get to Alabama yet because you got to go to Tuscaloosa. And when do you go to Tuscaloosa? Let me find out. When is that game? Oh, no. Actually, after you get done with that Tiger, you got to play the other Tiger at home. So you got back-to-back weeks with Tigers. That should be fun. And then after that, let's see, when do you go to Alabama? You go to Alabama, which is Tuscaloosa, by the way. And I don't give you a chance in hell to win that game.
They normally meet in November. Like, they normally meet the first Saturday in November, normally.
November 4th. Let's see what you at after you play the two Tigers. That's week 10. So we in week 6. You got a month. You got a month to do whatever you need to do because you got Missouri and then you got Auburn next. Oh my gosh. Such a great schedule, ain't it, Cole?
Definitely.
What looked like sure wins almost is sure now, is it? Good gracious. Freaking LSU and Brian Kelly. Get it together, man. Okay? You're a big time coach in quotation marks. But you can't even win the big ones. Every time you end up in a game, you get beat. When you gonna change the narrative? You had the opportunity last week, you failed. Lucky enough, you got the opportunity this week, but somehow, I don't know how Missouri got 5-0, but you're 5-0. You got Auburn the following week. And if I'm looking at this correctly, and I think I am, it looks like you got 2 weeks to prepare for Alabama. Yeah, you got 2 weeks because you play Army the week after. Good Lord. What if Army goes into Death Valley and LSU? Brian Ruth might be on fire. So Brian Kelly, you have a month to right this ship before you go down to Tuscaloosa. And that's really most like I'm picking Alabama anyway. Because you take them last, and they're going to remember what you did last year. You have 2 wins. You have 3 games to win before the month of November gets here. Get it done! Now get out my face.
Where is it? There we go. And when we come back, more on the college football slate, since we have a college football aficionado here. Right after this, Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson will return after this.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
He was only 58 years old when he passed away. That outcome could have been different.
Colorado happens to be one of the worst states for radon levels.
It's in our ground, and it seeps up.
The more you breathe radon, the more chance you have of DNA being hit and the cell mutated. The EPA estimates 22,000 lung cancer deaths a year caused by radon.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I am one half of that duo, Cole Johnson. I am joined by not the other half of the show. I am joined by the guy who joins us every Tuesday in the Playmaker. And I will say this, Mr. Brian Kelly, if you really believe that you are the genuine article of LSU, I just have these words to say to you. Well, that's not what I wanted to say, but I'll say that later. Now, setting the slate for college football. So we have now Georgia beating Auburn.
What?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Victor's fault. But this is who the freak believe Colorado was going to do anything?
Oh Lord. Okay, we'll go there then. Colorado. Who actually believes that they? Oh, okay. Well, all right. I'll put it this way. Victor Law says, "Well, how many people do you think are pressing the panic button when it comes to Coach Prime in Colorado?" Unfortunately, many.
What?
Yeah, many. Why? Because you had all the celebrities there. Everybody was stunting. It all seemed to be great, and then all of a sudden, Oregon beats down Colorado, and then you have USC beating Colorado, and since now they took L's, all of a sudden the bloom's off the rose. Now,
Bro, not even a Pac-12 media was expecting Colorado to do anything of importance. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all are freaking overreaction to Colorado.
I will say I have said this ad nauseum. I'll continue to say it. Society, and we're seeing this now with Taylor Swift. Society is a bunch of celebrity whores. Even sports fans are. Straight up celebrity whores. And since we're seeing a whole lot of celebrities flock to Boulder, we all think, wow, so this must be something. We will all up but forget there's better teams that's out in the landscape. Heck, there's better teams in the Pac-12 than Colorado. But forget that. Coach Prime is the thing.
Even with Coach Prime there, the Pac-12 media picked them 11th.
Let me say it again. They don't give a crap about that. Coach Prime, they digging him. Everything's great. And
he said we coming. He didn't say we coming for the top. He didn't say we win the national championship. He didn't say we making the college football playoff. He just said we're coming. And he's about 6-7 players away.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all?
See, this is what they see, Playmaker. They see these. And the bloom's off the rose.
Who picked Colorado to be Oregon or USC?
Let me see. But Negras.
If I remember correctly, did I not pick Oregon when I covered the game?
You're correct, and I did too.
Did I not pick USC, even though that's the team that I can't stand in college football? Did I not pick USC to win that game?
Good Lord, how many teams do you not like? Jeez.
I have this thing with big cities that have multiple teams, and everybody want to keep flocking, coverage to them like they're the only team that's there. Like, dude, no.
I'm like Florida had nothing to do with USC. You hate them. I'm like, goodness gracious.
I can't stand USC.
But I'll put it this way. This goes to Brian Kelly too. For all of you clowns that want to rub it in people's faces of, well, we told you that Coach Prime is nothing. He sucked when we told you he was going to suck when he got to Colorado.
Got me up.
Where do you come up with this stuff? Where did this come from? I'm glad Wise ain't on here. Wise probably would have done something else.
I mean, seriously, I'm like, I have not seen so many people be so happy about somebody going into a hard spell.
See,
This was coming. This was coming. Two top 10 teams. This was coming. I don't understand it.
I'm starting to understand why they starting to call money overreaction money. Because, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Colorado, you gonna tank now that you have 2 straight L's. I'm like, really?
They was 1-11 before Coach Prime got there. What you think he was gonna do? He just gonna turn them into a championship team first year?
And they played 2 consecutive top 10 ranked teams. What did you think was going to happen with a squad that is inferior to them?
As a matter of fact, when they played TCU, that was a 21-point underdog.
Yep.
Week 1. They just happened to win that game.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
So what is like, y'all need to chill. Let the man do his
Let him do his job.
Prime example. Mike Nowhere in Florida State. Did calm down. Do I not say give coach at least year 3 to actually show you what they got going on? In year 3, what did Florida State do? They won 10 games.
Right.
Much to my dismay. Because year 2, I was happy as hell. Because guess what? We did something to them that hasn't been done to them in a long time. Which was them not going to a bowl game. Like, their season was just done once they got done in the swamp. They left the swamp with no other game to be played. They turned around the next year. They beat LSU, and they win 10 games. And they still couldn't beat Clemson. Which, obviously, look at this year. They're ranked in the top 5. And they beat Clemson at Clemson.
Yep.
Y'all need to chill. This is Coach Prime's first year in the Power 5.
Again, if you want to shame any of us about, well, you supporting Uncle Tom, you supporting a traitor, you supporting somebody who abandoned Jackson State.
Got me up.
I picked Oregon to win the Pac-12. I wasn't even thinking about Colorado. Even with Coach Prime though. Y'all is a trip. And don't get me started with Taylor Swift, by the way. 27 million people watch Sunday night.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And that's really because of Taylor Swift, obviously. It just so happened that Jets didn't give up.
Yeah, but the Jets actually decided to fight Sunday night. Yeah. And that played a huge, big part in it. Yes. But it didn't hurt.
Million?
But it didn't hurt to have Taylor Swift there and have some casuals watch, though.
Oh, this is actually a good game. I don't even know a lick about football right now.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm sure this is probably how it was. It's like Chiefs Jets. I don't want to watch this game. Oh, it's 2020. Oh, I got to tune into this. Yeah.
I just want to see Taylor Swift. Wait a minute. Oh no, the Jets are actually playing football. Oh, what's going on here? This is not what I expect. I just want to watch the first half and be done with it. Nah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whatever you doing, Snowman, it ain't working right now.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, and like you said, Georgia beat Auburn. Oh, this was rivalry in the South.
Yes, and it felt strange to have that rivalry being played in September. That normally is played in November, and they actually said that they were going to start playing it earlier in the year. But it just seemed really strange.
And what else you got on there that you were looking at?
Well, so you had that game, which was a tough battle, but I expect that because they're rivals. But you had Michigan boat race Nebraska in Lincoln.
Okay.
And so now people are probably saying, well, looks like Michigan is the #1 ranked team now, considering that they had the better performance Saturday, and Georgia struggled there, and then Georgia struggled at home against South Carolina.
Let me see. Who has Michigan played thus far?
Oh, I can answer that question.
Compared to Georgia playing against two rivals?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, South Carolina is a rival. Same division. See them every year.
Yeah,
Can't
see them
escape
every
that.
September. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I just told you the oldest rivalry in the South.
Mm-hmm.
What does that tell you?
Yeah. Tells you a lot.
Now they
Tells
got
you
Kentucky next. Who knows? Because Kentucky decided to smack up on my Gators.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that Florida took them.
Ryan, you ain't paying
In Lexington.
I'm talking to Ryan. Ryan think I'm in the blank. It's not me. It's actually that blank space up there. Speaking of Taylor Swift.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Not a lie. It is not a blank space right now.
But speaking of Taylor Swift, that's cold. My man Playmaker's like, look, if you think that I think Taylor Swift is something special,
Got me
that's cold, bro.
All right, and you people out here talking about Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the mount. You clearly don't know nothing about football.
Well, not on the football map. That's obvious. No, but she has put Kelce on the social map in terms of people outside of football are paying attention to him for the first time.
Do they not watch TV?
No, those fools don't watch TV because they don't watch football.
The man is like in how many damn commercials?
I mean, he's in a few. Actually, it's actually picked up because a little bit ever since he had an affiliation with Taylor Swift. But let me see if I can put it this way.
And no commercials.
I'll put it in this vernacular. You know how people knew about The Rock if you actually followed wrestling back in like 2000 and 2001. But when he did the Scorpion King in 2002, you started to hear people say, "Who's this guy?" And you following wrestling, you're like, "What do you mean, who's this guy? This guy's been on the scene for years. That's The Rock. That's Wayne Johnson. What are you talking about?" There is the success and the notoriety you get for what you do, and then there's success and notoriety what you do after. And if you get put on a bigger plane, more people recognize you. That's what's happening to Travis Kelce because his merchandise sales jumped up 400%, all because Swifties started to know who he was. Not 40, 400. Oh, Ryan. He says, I forgot to tell you guys, the Albany Firebirds will be returning to the new rendition of the Arena Football League 2024. That's cool. Oh, that's awesome. But if Antonio Brown's going to be if he's going to be the owner of the team,
got me up.
Oh my goodness, this damn thing. When you play that on Friday with Wise, I'm gonna wonder what Wise gonna say. Cause oh my gosh, this man here came up with that. Oh my goodness.
He says Antonio Clown will not be a part of the ownership. He's banned from the Capital Region for life. Oh my. So what's that?
Anything else you got on there for college?
Let me see. So I guess the big game coming up would be Texas, Oklahoma.
Game of the week.
And this could be a good sign for Texas to prove that they're the best team in the land if we're able to have a really good game and a victory against them.
Matter of fact, the final Red River Showdown in the Big 12.
Yes, the final Red River rivalry, Red River shootout, Red River, whatever you want to call it, in the Big 12. Because the next time it happens, it will be an SEC rivalry.
And I got a feeling they're going to put that on CBS.
Well, they are, obviously.
They're going to put that on CBS. So
because
Alabama, Texas A&M, you getting kicked off. This is your last time going to be on CBS.
Because that was also appealing to both Oklahoma and Texas. But I digress. So they already beaten Alabama. If they were to beat Oklahoma, would that vault them to number 1 in the nation?
Who Michigan got?
Michigan is playing in Minnesota, I believe. They're in Minneapolis playing against Minnesota Saturday.
That's an interesting game right there. They're going to Warrior Boat Country.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting matchup there. I already know who Georgia's playing, and that's over the hedges, so that's in Athens. But if Kentucky want to run the ball like they ran the ball against Florida, that could be interesting. And plus, they undefeated too. So.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it like this: if don't matter what happens, Georgia's still gonna be number 1 because they would have done the same thing Texas did. You beat an undefeated team, a ranked undefeated team at that.
And Florida State, they're at home in Tallahassee against Virginia Tech this Saturday.
They're gonna destroy them.
Yeah, I agree.
The state of Virginia needs help. The state of Virginia needs help. Period. Okay, the state of Virginia needs help. Because oh my gosh, what is Virginia Tech record? They what 2-3?
Something like that.
What's the record for Virginia? Because my goodness, this is.
Oh, Lord. Virginia wants to give away games, but forget it. And then of course the other Ohio State, they're at home against Maryland.
So Virginia's 1-5 and Virginia Tech is 2-3. Oh my, 3-2. These dudes are under 500 together.
Mm-hmm.
That's just terrible.
Yeah. Now the game of next week will be Washington, Oregon, and that will be not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, and that will be in Seattle. So, yeah.
He's already trying to pelt me for next week already because he knows how.
Mm-hmm.
See, Kobe in the background paying attention to all the stuff that I do, so he already know how I feel about that game.
Mm-hmm.
If a certain team lose, it's not going to be pretty.
No,
I guarantee you that.
Mm-mm.
But that's next week though. So
yes. Yeah, you have a week to prepare for that one because that it would be on the 14th of October, but on the 7th, the game of the week will be the Red River. I love to say shootout.
And next week is USC Notre Dame.
And that's right. That would be the other game too. And I thought they'd play that later not later in the year, but later in the month because when they played in South Bend, they play in October.
Ooh, do I need to put Ohio? Ooh, is this where I put Ohio State on Saturday? They going to that place in Indiana. Ooh, we know how that is.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, no matter what the record says, when they go there, there's some problems.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that whatever the slot in the lot, we're going to be enjoying it. So yes, pay attention to me the game of the year thus far, which will be Texas Oklahoma in Dallas.
Yeah,
and that's going to be
going with. Horns, don't disappoint Cole Johnson because he may end up doing a hot seat.
You darn right, because Texas they need to dispose of Oklahoma. They need to. It's a must. And if they don't,
got me up.
And that will conclude this episode of Snowman in the Morning. I'm so glad that I was joined by the Playmaker. And we will say in parting as we always do, Take care. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, then they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. That's what Playmaker's doing. That's what I'm doing. We hope you all are in the chat doing the same. And we love you. And we hope you're having a great day. We hope the rest of your day goes well. Tune in tomorrow because... I'm sorry. Because, yes, LeBron, it is you. It's been you, always will be you, and I'm going to be sick of you even when you retire. Hour number 2 tomorrow, we'll talk about that, and of course the ridiculousness of I'm here to save the day with Team USA in Paris.
Bear down and gridiron tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Until then, we are gone, and for that last message. Mr. James, if you think I'm going to be excited about you being or leading Team USA to a gold medal,